Good morning. Despite an official ceasefire between Iran and the United States, President Donald Trump is once again threatening harsh military action against the Islamic Republic, raising serious questions about the stability of the two-month-old truce. Trump took to his Truth Social platform to issue stark warnings, writing, quote, "They have taken too long to negotiate a great deal for them. Now they must face the consequences," unquote. But the president did not stop there. During a White House briefing with reporters, Trump escalated his rhetoric significantly. Quote, "We hit them hard yesterday and we will hit them hard again today," unquote, Trump declared, though he refused to specify whether bridges and power plants would be among the targets disabled in any potential strikes. The president expressed clear frustration with Iranian leadership, stating, quote, "We were close to an agreement, but they are stalling us. They continue to make fools of us," unquote. These threatening remarks come as negotiations for a permanent end to the conflict have dragged on for weeks without breakthrough. Defense Secretary Hegseth joined the chorus of warnings, telling reporters that attacks, quote, "should be severe tonight," unquote. However, Hegseth added ambiguity to the timeline, suggesting strikes could also occur, quote, "tomorrow night instead," unquote. When pressed by journalists for specifics about potential targets, Hegseth declined to provide concrete details. Notably, the Defense Secretary attempted to distinguish these threatened attacks from a resumption of full-scale warfare, claiming the strikes would be aimed at establishing conditions for a future agreement rather than restarting the war. The current escalation stems from Trump holding Iran responsible for shooting down an American military helicopter off the coast of Oman. The president announced retaliation on Tuesday evening, and by Wednesday morning, United States forces had bombed Iranian air defense installations, ground control stations, and radar facilities in the strategic Strait of Hormuz region. The Pentagon characterized this response as, quote, "proportionate," unquote. However, Tehran did not remain passive. According to Iranian media reports, Iran retaliated by attacking American bases in the Gulf region and Jordan using ballistic missiles, among other weapons. Correspondents in Washington are noting that the situation has deteriorated significantly. One reporter observed that, quote, "You cannot speak of a ceasefire anymore," unquote, describing the regional situation as, quote, "too fragile," unquote. Analysts suggest Trump faced pressure to respond after the helicopter incident, as any lack of reaction could have been interpreted as American weakness. This pattern of escalation marks a troubling development in what began as a promising peace process. When the conflict started on February 28th, Trump expressed optimism about achieving United States objectives quickly in Iran. Despite stalled negotiations, the president has maintained this narrative. On Wednesday, Trump once again declared Iranian military forces largely defeated, describing them as, quote, "a complete mess," unquote, on social media. He claimed major components of Iranian armed forces, including their Navy and Air Force, no longer exist. Quote, "They have been completely defeated," unquote, Trump wrote, adding dramatically, "The tyrant of the Middle East is dead," unquote. The official ceasefire has been in place for 2 months, but recent events have tested its durability. Just days ago, the conflict escalated dangerously when Iran launched rocket attacks against Israel. Israel responded by striking targets inside Iran. Trump called for immediate ceasefires from both nations, and both sides initially agreed to halt their attacks. However, the fragility of these arrangements is now becoming apparent. The cycle of attack and retaliation between the United States and Iran threatens to unravel months of diplomatic progress. Regional stability hangs in the balance as negotiators struggle to finalize terms that both sides can accept. The international community watches nervously as two nuclear-capable nations edge closer to renewed conflict. With Trump's latest threat suggesting imminent military action, the coming hours may prove decisive for Middle Eastern peace. If this story matters to you, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss the German perspective. Now tell me, what's your take? Drop it in the comments.